The U.S. Occupational Safety and Health Administration, OSHA, has their eyes on you, and plaintiffs' attorneys hope you won't read this message. Let's look at workplace violence prevention training. What is workplace violence? Workplace violence is violence or the threat of violence against workers. It can occur at or outside the workplace. It ranges from threats and verbal abuse to physical assault and homicide. It is one of the leading causes of job-related deaths, and it is a growing concern for employers and employees nationwide, according to the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics. What is OSHA's interest? Section 5, Paragraph A, Subparagraph 1 of OSHA guidelines is known as the General Duty Clause, which requires employers to provide a workplace environment that is, quote, free from recognizable hazards that are causing or likely to cause death or serious harm to employees, unquote. What is your liability if you fail to train? Recent court rulings throughout the country have allowed negligence suits filed by victims of active shooters to proceed against employers for failing to provide defensive training to their employees. In other words, companies can no longer avoid their corporate responsibility to provide training on both how to spot potential active shooters and other violent actors, and on how to react if so confronted. Let's look at a case example. A small company takes a big hit. The family of a man killed in a 2012 office shooting at Accent Signage Systems in Minneapolis has reached an undisclosed settlement with the company, according to an attorney and an order filed by the Minnesota Court of Appeals. Jacob Beneke, 34, was one of 6 people killed by Andrew Engeldinger on September 27, 2012, before Engeldinger took his own life. 3 other workers were also injured in what became the deadliest workplace shooting in Minnesota. Beneke's family sued Accent Signage, alleging the company should have known from Engeldinger's work history that he was potentially dangerous. The court said there was enough evidence to allow a jury to decide if the employer was grossly negligent in how it handled the employee's termination. Evidence included, but was not limited to, the employer knew that the employee had a propensity toward violence, and that the employer knew, or should have known, that the employee might act out against others in a manner likely to cause physical harm. Remember, it doesn't have to be deadly, or even physical. In the case of Harris versus Thomas Marine Construction Company, the employee alleged that, on numerous occasions between December 9, 2009 and February 25 of 2011, the company owner committed workplace violence and created hostile working conditions. He allegedly behaved abusively, made inappropriate sexual comments and advances, yelled, screamed, and made physically threatening gestures, in addition to withholding the employee's paycheck. This was enough to involve the Department of Labor, which sued Thomas Marine Construction Company. So, what is the cost to defend a lawsuit against a business? The reality is that defending a discrimination or other employment lawsuit is expensive. Defending a case through discovery and a ruling on a motion for summary judgment can cost an employer between $75,000 and $125,000. If an employer loses summary judgment, which more often than not is the case, the employer can expect to spend a total of $175,000 to $250,000 to take the case to a jury verdict at a trial. Lessons learned. Apply them now. Failure to provide an effective workplace violence prevention program can put your employees at risk of harm or death. Open the door for lawsuits that can cripple your company and result in negative publicity that can affect your sales and service. However, benefits of providing an effective workplace violence prevention program demonstrates a proactive approach to employee safety, provides a sense of security that contributes to overall employee satisfaction, and employee production is positively affected. It's time to take the next step. Enroll in the relevant Easy Class courses. For a list of courses related to security and workplace violence, go to the Anti-Terrorism and Security Training block at www.easyclass.us. For a brief overview of Easy Class, go to www.easyclass.biz and click on the blue box. For more information, contact Frank Margolis, Director of Operations with Easy Class, at frankm@cateyes.us.